Hi guys, Navi D here. I just wanted to show you a really quick video of some of the edits I've done for the comic dubs. Not sure if you guys noticed, but I do a lot of work on the photo editing aspect of the dubs, not just the audio and everything else, but I'll actually clean up some of the panels to make them look a little better. So here's a really basic example of what I do behind the scenes. Here we can see there's like a little bit of a speech bubble here as a background. It's kind of distracting. I just, it just doesn't look the best. And then what I'll do is I will just black everything out, and there you go. Now it's a lot more focused as opposed to like all this everywhere. So that's a very basic overview of what I do with the editing. It does get a little bit more extensive though. Like I could do stuff like this where there's 3 panels, and as opposed to just showing every single one individually, I'll usually like to put 3 in a row. So I'll make it black there. I'll just show the first one for the first bit, and then I'll blur it out, and then I'll show the next one. Then I'll blur that one out and show the next one. So that's another really cool thing that I do. And it really adds to the overall appeal. Now it does get a lot more complicated really fast. So here's one I did for issue 22, in which I have these monitors. So there's 4 monitors here that basically in the original comic there's 4 that they're all on at once, and I don't like that. So what I did is I have the monitors, and I will just slowly change which one is being viewed. So first when Zim's talking here, I show this monitor, and then next I show this monitor here, and then I edit it so that this one's showing, and then I show this one. And as you can see, there's a lot of editing that goes into place here, because I gotta remove this speech bubble, and then look, you can't even tell that it's gone. I went through and did that. There's subtle errors and whatnot in this one, but the idea is there, where it's to make it look like that speech bubble was never ever there. So I will redraw things to make them look how they should have. Basically what I'm trying to do is make it seem like I have the original files from the comic, like I somehow got them from Onipress or whatnot, and then just like turned off certain layers kind of thing. That's sort of what I'm trying to aim to do here. Another one I did was actually for the very first dub, issue 12. So this is the original scene. Like, it's all chaotic. Like, look at all these panels everywhere, and if I just showed this screenshot here, I don't know, it wouldn't look very good. It'd be very distracting. Because you have this panel up here, and then you got this one down here with Sim. It's just crazy all over the place. So what I did is I made it look like this. So I had to redraw this part here and edit some of Dib's head there. See, like, because there's this little lightning thing here. And then I went through and I made so the smoke was still going, as if that little lightning thing was never actually there. So that's another one that I've done. It does get a lot more interesting though. Like I don't just do little things. Oh man, it gets so much more complicated. Anyway, here's another one. So you see the little bit up there. Now I wanted to focus on this one. So where he's getting electrocuted by the Zim hat thing, I wanted to really emphasize that. So I ended up making it look like this. So I outlined it, make it look like the actual comic. Because look, you notice they don't actually outline it all the way. It's just kind of like the outer part for the page kind of thing. They don't even here. There's no blue or green outline, like no turquoise outline. So what I went through was I added this outline and tried to make it look as much like the style as possible. And then it goes like this, and I add the outline here as well. And like I said, it's not even close to being like that. I had to add all that outline and like clean it up a little bit here. And then finally it's like that. And then just edit it so that, I could blur out the other ones so you don't even see them. Like, you don't see them at all. They're just very much not in the picture. And that's just, I don't know, it's just a very complex edit that I did. It's not the worst, but like it did take a lot of time and effort to capture the effect I was going for, because I didn't want to show all 3 panels on the screen at once, but I also wanted to make them look more consistent. I just wanted to emphasize that he's being electrocuted. Another one I've done is this one is actually from issue 22. This is my edit here, and it just kind of shows like it's basically saying that human history has always revolved around cheese basically, and Dib's not in this one. So the original is like this. It has this flame here. I didn't like that there was this flame here. So if I showed it like this and just blacked everything out, this flame would look kind of random. And I was just like, no, I don't like this. So I ended up redrawing part of that monkey or ape's like his legs. So that's the original, and then that's my edit. You can't even really tell that it's edited. It just looks like it should be like this. And I don't know, just the flame was just in the way, so I ended up doing that. Another one. This one's a lot more ambitious. This is one of my most ambitious edits actually ever. So right here, this is the original comic. That's what it looks like. It has this little blood monkeys blood bar thing, or smoothie bar rather, right there. And I didn't like that they put that there. I didn't want it to be there. I just wanted to show the monitors or whatever in the background. So what I ended up doing was this. I re-added all the monitors and everything, did all the shading, and so it just made it look exactly like how it would look if I had the original file and could just turn off that layer. So that's another example of something I edited there, where I just wanted to make it look as much like the original comic as possible, so you couldn't really notice that it's edited. So when you watch the scene, you don't even think of it. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. Like, it looks pretty flawless, like very much like how the comic would have looked if they actually, just got rid of this. I mean, I understand why they put it there, just to save space, but when you're looking at it frame by frame, it looks a little cluttered. So that's one of my more ambitious ones where I actually had to redraw part of it. And then this one right here, this is the most ambitious. So there's this part right here where Zim's going through the ducks and they see all these words here. Now, basically the person that sings in the duck song, he's like Shining Cecil, he's the one that voices Zim, and he ended up writing lyrics for it. So I couldn't keep all these like escaping through the ducks, lyrics and all that. I had to get rid of all that. So this right here is my edit. It's all gone. Like, you wouldn't even know. It almost looks like, if I go back and forth here, like I just turned off the layer that had the words on it. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of subtle differences, like in this frame, for example, but honestly, just looking at it like right here without the words, you can't even really tell it's edited unless you're going back and forth and, like, watching part of the frame move. Like, slight differences. But yeah, this one took forever to do. I basically did it in a week. I would do one frame per night. I just do this one, and then just until I finished the entire thing. I'm actually really, really proud of this one, like how it turned out. And in case you're curious, how I actually do my photo editing is I used 2 different programs. So I would use paint.net, just for like getting the black in the background and some of the other edits, and even like redrawing some stuff. I would do that all in paint.net, because I love the line tool. And then for edits like this right here, where I had to match gradients and stuff, I ended up using Krita because I love their smearing tools, like their blurring tools. It's really good for that, and I'm basically just repainting the frame. But yeah, hopefully you guys liked this video, and I mean, I haven't done a face reveal in forever, and hopefully that satisfied, the need to see my face again. But yeah, that's basically how I work. I don't know, I just can't take a screenshot of the comic and just put it into a dub. Something about it, I need to go the extra mile or else I'm just not happy.